It was April 2003, and at the time I was in Minnesota, owned my own mortgage company, and my best friend in the world was also my sales manager, and he was the nicest, sweetest, most soft-spoken, compassionate humans I'd ever met in my whole life. And on this morning, he burst into my office, door slammed open, ran into my office. He said, "I just came from a seminar, and I met somebody you have to meet." Okay, just from shock value, I'm gonna take his word for it. So I went and scheduled a meeting and met with this person. It was very clear from moment one that I was now in his world. And so after 3-4 meetings, I asked him to be my business partner. He was that powerful. And he graciously said no. I wasn't ready. After 2 years of begging, literally 2 years of begging, the moment finally presented itself. And he said, "I will, with one condition. You have to shut your company down for 2 days. Everybody, receptionists, processors, everybody, shut the entire operation down for 2 days, and I'm not going to tell you why." And so, after thinking about it for a few moments, I made what is probably the best business decision of my life. I shut the company down for 2 days without knowing why. I put 53 people in a room, none of us knowing why we were there for 2 straight days. Almost 20 years later, we still, as a group, talk about those 2 days and the impact it had on all of our lives and the trickle-down effect that it had on all of our lives. And the guy's name was Rene Rodriguez. It radically changed my life. But what it taught me is that what I perceived to be impossible, I just haven't figured out how to do yet. There is no impossible. It's incredibly possible if you're curious enough to look. What I learned in those 2 days was to be insatiably curious. And I've carried those lessons since that day. And if you're curious to look, if you're curious to learn what it means to be able to be at home with your family for dinner every night, if you're curious what it means to be able to go to the lake or the beach on the weekends and have your phone off, you can close 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 loans a month and still work less than 40 hours a week. I know because it's happened. If you're curious, I'd love to set a time. Here's my calendar. Pick a time that works for you, and let me at least just show you. I appreciate your time.